Good morning, everyone. I'm here at Scotch College, virtually anyway, for the running of the 2021 Ewen Macdonald 800 metre handicap. The sun is out, the Scotch Oval looks an absolute picture, the grass is green, the grandstand is packed with spectators, virtual ones anyway, eagerly awaiting this race. No long introductions this year. Most of the runners are well known, perhaps other than the debutantes for the event, Archie Wallace, Jack Polkinghorne and Janice de Vries. The other runners are the Baisha brothers, Tom Bowers, Harrison Carr, Chris Papapetru, Rob Schwerkolt, Hugh Gundlach, Tom Russell, Dr. Peter Sim, Scott Lawrence, James Russell, Ewan and Rob Wilson, Stu Handicap and Phil Barton. Archie is a 149 800 metre runner, a real thoroughbred, currently stabled in the USA, and his backers organised for him to do 2 weeks of hotel quarantine to be ready for this race. One of his backers is Premier Dan Andrews, who was very pleased to give Archie an entry permit into Victoria. Not so fortunate was Ross Hooley, also stabled in the USA, who was unable to get a permit. Bad luck, Ross. Better luck next year. And talking about debutants, Jack Polkinghorne is a sub 2 minute 800 runner. He's a chance here. And Janice de Vries, the only filly in the field, will be looking to show these overrated young colts a thing or two. So without further ado, as the runners are being called up to their marks, we'll cross to our cameras at the Scotch Oval to show you the race. The runners are being called up to their barriers. Wallace is off -20, giving 20 metres head start to scratch marker Ed Baisha. He's also giving an unprecedented 420 metres to front marker Phil Barton, who only needs to cover 1 lap of the track while everyone else does 2 or less. Among those ahead of Wallace and Baisha is Harrison Carr with his distinctive pink hair. Gundlach and Sim have both been penalised by the handicapper for their joint win last year. The super veterans of the field, Wilson, Handicap and the other Wilson, along with Barton, will take some catching off their generous marks. In the starters' hands now. Masks are off, the field is away, the back markers have bolted from the gun. Wallace has covered his first 20 metres in a flash and is already past Barton. Actually, he's still 400 metres behind him. The runners settle down. Schwerkolt makes his usual frantic start. Carr's engine is purring smoothly early. Lawrence looks comfortable. Janice has already taken a few metres out of Russell Senior. There's a bit of cat and mouse going on between Tom and Benny. Ed is biding his time behind them. Further on, much further on, Rob Wilson is gaining on Phil, while cousin Ewan is gaining on them both. It's early in the race, but for these front runners, you have to think that the race is theirs to lose, given their massive head start. But here's trouble. Rob Wilson has locked up his hip and is off the track and out of the race. Looks like an old skiing injury. Can you believe it? Hando has grabbed his hammy and limped off as well. And right behind him, Ewan has stopped and is ruefully surveying his left Achilles. It's carnage out there. Phil is still going, but very slowly. Dr. Sim, the only runner to keep his mask on, may be paying a price for that. We'll see. The real action is further back. Polkinghorne, Papa Horn, Jack and Chris have been caught by the fast group, with Chris looking perhaps better suited to the steeplechase. Russell the Junior is going okay. Into the second lap, and Phil is still leading. Janice is gaining on him. Russell Senior is losing a lot of ground and needs to sack his coach, Alastair Clarkson. Carr accelerates towards the green grandstand with the Baisha brothers and Bowers tailgating him. Last year he ran out of gas, but at the moment he still has plenty in his tank. Barton has slowed to a walk. Hugh and Pete are losing touch and both look out of it. Don't ride off, Jack. While there's nothing between the thoroughbreds in the fast group, there's 10 runners within 20 metres. Any one of them could win this, that's if they can catch Janice, who has hit the front near the chapel. Schwerkolt has stayed away from the pack and is not far behind. Lawrence is now going backwards and needs to turn around and go forwards. But the cream is rising to the top as junior star Bowers ranges up alongside Carr. Wallace is stalking them and all look 3 look to have Rob covered now. The Baishas can't hang on to Archie, and into the final straight. Janice somehow still leads. Archie goes past Rob and surges after Harry and Tom. This is going down to the wire. Tom edges ahead. He's past Janice with 40 metres to go, but here comes Carr. He kicks hard past Tom and takes the checkered flag and wins. Tom is in second place. Archie close behind in third. Janice a gallant fourth. Ed and Ben go stride for stride. Don't tell me they've dead heated again. Then it's Rob, followed by Jack, who will benefit from a solid summer's training ahead. Papa Petru was 5 metres and 1 syllable behind Polkinghorne. Scott hung on for 10th. The rest struggle in. James turns the tables on son Tom in a photo finish. Phil crosses the line to muted applause. Last year's winners, Pete and Hugh, jogged to the line together, chatting about past glories, I expect. Well, there we have it. Another very exciting finish to the Ewen Macdonald 800 metre handicap. It's been a pleasure calling the race once again. Congratulations to Harrison Carr on a great run. Commiserations to those who perhaps didn't perform up to expectations, shall we say, or were hampered by injury. But there's always next year. Hopefully we'll be back fully vaccinated, running real races on real tracks. Hope to see you then.